I could go in and I could make, $200-300 in a night, and then I could party all night long, sleep till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, wake up and do it all over again.
So Marcus, share with us how you found your path, where you think that you became originally misguided, right? Because other people are misguided, right? On their path, like I was misguided, right? I took pharmaceuticals for nearly 2 decades. And despite the fact that it made me gain 100 pounds. So we all get misguided, but you steered a new path, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think the misguiding thing, I don't know. I guess it could stem back to like childhood, maybe. I'm the oldest of three and was always the good little boy, did what I was told growing up. And I think that kind of went into my adulthood. So it was very challenging as a young adult trying to find my way. I was always looking for someone to show me, someone to direct me, someone to give me that kind of like, this is what you need to do. And it took me a long time to like learn how to stand on my own, learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Even as like I became a father at a very young age as well. So I became a dad at 22. And so maybe raising babies, I guess, kind of a deal. But no, it was great. It was a great experience. I love my daughter to death. It's crazy to believe that, I have a full grown person now as a child,
Full grown person.
It's crazy. But no, even then, like her mother was very stern and direct with both of us, right? So me and my daughter. And so it was like just kind of fall in line and fall in line. And I don't think I really started to find my own way or kind of figure things out for myself until probably the last couple of years, honestly.
And how old are you now?
I'm 42.
Okay. And so what happened before 42? What happened in your 20s? What was happening? And, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, sure. I mean, a lot happened, I guess, in my 20s. So, yeah, like I said, I moved out of the house when I was 18. I started bartending because I really didn't know what direction I wanted to take my life. I got bit by the hospitality bug, bit by the lifestyle of it, the partying, the drinking.
I'm not sure I know what the hospitality bug is.
Well, okay, so fast money, quick. So I
okay.
could go in and I could make, $200-300 in a night, and then I could party all night long, sleep till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, wake up and do it all over again.
Got it.
So for me, that was the hospitality bug. That was the bartender bug. That was the lifestyle that I led for.
So you make a lot of money when you bartend. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I was good.
So I made 25 cents. So what happened was it was in the 80s. And it was Studebaker's. That was the bar in Illinois. Studebaker's was owned by my friend Walter Payton, and who you might know from the Chicago not Bulls, Bears, right?
Bears, yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I tried to waitress, right? Even though I didn't drink. And so I'm like kind of like shunning people as they order their drinks. Not a very good idea because I just didn't drink. Yeah. And so I got quarters like on a good day.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
It lasted like 3 days. I'm like, okay, this is not my gig, because like I didn't understand it. So help me. Oh,
Wow. Didn't like that earring.
No, she really wants to say something is what it is.
Oh. Okay.
What do you want to say, Fagala? Fagala, we're listening. What do you want to say? Okay. Wow, she's really okay. Fagala, what do you want to say, honey? Let me hear you. Got it. She wants you, Marcus, to tell people about what got you down that you went to the alcohol. She's saying, hold on. She's saying, so she's an intuitive. She's saying, I'm listening. Stop chewing on mommy's jewelry. She's saying there was a point in time where you transferred from it was the happy place to a place where you found solace, like happy places having fun, and then it became like how you found your solace. Is that accurate?
Yeah, 100%. I think for a lot of folks it happens that way, but I'll speak about just me personally because that's the best point of view, right? Yeah, in my early 20s, it was fun. And it wasn't even a thing of like I never saw it as an area of concern. It was just something that we did and we had a lot of fun and it was no big deal. I didn't really realize it was a big deal until other people brought it to my attention. I would say that it was probably my mid to late 20s when I started to kind of see that transfer where it became more of a coping escape type of a mechanism. And then it became also kind of a like way to get by. It became normal. It became normal for me to just get up and just drink in the morning. Like that was a normal routine for me, and then drink throughout the day. And it became to the point where I had to do that in order to maintain.
Because it was a feel good.
It started off as a feel good. And then the feel good started to turn in. I think that was about the time, like I said, like my late 20s, where I went from like the happy drinker to the angry drunk.
Okay.
It was and it was a pretty kind of a swift change. When I look back at it, it was, it's almost kind of like it just flipped all of a sudden. It was the amounts that I was drinking. It was the hours that I was drinking. It wasn't an after work thing anymore. It was this is what Marcus does thing. Marcus was more drunk than he was sober. If you saw Marcus sober, like not with a drink, that was a surprise.
Yeah. And so what I'm hearing is the swiftness of it was your body was in toxic overload. And so now all of a sudden your body reached a peak of toxicity and it couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay. So, but you shifted.
I shifted.
Yeah, you really shifted. You reclaimed your health. You're exploring all, how everything around you impacts your well-being. How did that start? Where you went from, I'm sure you went to the AA meetings, not to be confused with AAA people.
Yeah, that one A makes a whole difference.
What? What? It's one thing to go to AA meetings and you have the camaraderie and you have people supporting you on your recovery journey, but you're taking it to the next level. Why?
I tried everything for a while. Like I did try AA, I tried, residential treatments, I tried IOP, I tried sober livings, I tried all these different things and nothing was really working for me. Till eventually, like I actually took what AA had to offer and I did it the right way. I had a great sponsor that walked me through the steps. He was gentle but firm, something that I really needed. He called me out on my BS a lot, which was good. And I was really into it this time and I really focused on what it actually was, what the steps actually entailed. But there was a piece of me that was looking for something more. Like at the beginning of AA, there's that first step where we say that we're powerless over alcohol, which I was. Like I had burned my life to the ground time and time again and kept doing it. So then next we have to make a decision to turn our will and our lives over to a higher power. So I was like, okay, well, so I'm powerless over alcohol. Now you want me to give what power I think I do have away again. So where did my power lie? And I started to do a lot of research with this. Like I've always had an understanding that there's something bigger than me, right? And I grew up Southern Baptist. I didn't connect with that as I got older, with that religious teaching. I started to explore more and try to find out more and things that like resonated with me. I think that God and higher power is very personable. It's a very personal experience, and it's one of the greatest things I saw in the big book is like God as we understand him, right, or her, or it, or whatever we want to call it. But it has to be an understanding for oneself. It has to be a very personal experience. If not, there will never be that connection. You'll never learn how to talk. You'll never learn how to listen. You'll never learn how to be connected. You'll never learn what that feels like if you're always trying to run from somebody else's version of God, which is what I was doing for a really long time. And it was interesting. I found out that I had to, the one thing that was going to save me was the one thing that I had been trying to run away from for the last 20 years, which was that higher power and that connection. But I also felt that like my definition of higher power, spirit, source, God, universe, whatever we want to call it, for me, it's very circular. Like it's everywhere. Like I believe that the same energy source and universe and God that is inside of me is inside of you, and inside of the trees, inside of the animals. We're all a shared energy source.
Well, that's how she knew what was going on for you.
Yeah. I mean, I totally believe that, right? Like there's a lot of people that might look at this and she's an intuitive and people are like, oh, that's crazy. Why is that crazy? That makes perfect sense to me. I might not be able to hear it. I might not be tuned in that same way, but it makes sense to me because it makes sense to you and it makes sense to her and it makes sense to whoever it makes sense to, right? We're all trying to make sense of these things. And I think the more compassion we could show to other people would make this life a whole lot better. Anyway, sorry, kind of getting sidetracked. So
no, I love you're going in the right direction as far as I'm concerned.
So, but yeah, so I was looking for something. I was like, if universe. So for lack of a better term, I have coined this. I call my higher power GUSS, God, universe, spirit, and source. GUSS.
Oh, I love it. God, universe, spirit, source, sus. I'm like, I can. Yeah.
We're going back to the restaurants.
I'm still in cruise mode.
Oh, I'm still jealous.
For those who don't know, I think most people know by now. At least the people who follow me on Facebook or whatever. I just came back from my honeymoon, so we were in mush brain mode. I call it for a while. It was good.
Well deserved. So that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was better than anything I could have ever possibly imagined had I decided to have an agenda on it. I don't think I could have created that. I mean, it was delightful. And it was clean food and clean water, meaning toxic free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you bring your kit?
So I did. We brought, for when we went to Mexico, our Pro One water filters, and we have ones that like just fit into a backpack. Yeah. And you filter it and you pour it into your container. And we really didn't need it except for, I think, the Cayman Islands. It was really cool. The ship had reverse osmosis.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, reverse osmosis, as you know, is not really good for your brain health because they take out everything, including the minerals. But for the ship, I'll take it. Yeah,
that's what I want to say. In a pinch, it's better than the alternative sometimes.
No, I'm all happy. No complaints. Thank you. Right?
Good.